Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of At Home with Dan. So today, make one of my favourite starters, and at this time of year this is absolutely amazing. So this is the beautiful Yorkshire asparagus. So this is from my supplier Dales of Malton, and they get it from a local company called Spillman's of Yorkshire. It's a fantastic local product. Unfortunately it's not around for very long, it's only here for about 6 or 8 weeks. So when it is here, it gets used a lot. So today, what I'm going to show you to do is how I cook asparagus. There's lots of different ways to do it. I've been in the industry for 20 years and I've probably cooked asparagus every way you can imagine. For me, this is the very best way to cook asparagus to get the best flavour and the best consistency. I serve it the asparagus with Hollandaise. I'm going to fry an egg. We're going to do that French style, so basically that means an awful lot of butter. Thing is, I'm not going to waste any of that butter. Once the egg is ready, I'm going to kind of turn it a little bit caramelized, what we call beurre noisette, and I'm going to add some sourdough breadcrumbs to that, and I'm going to caramelize the sourdough breadcrumbs, and that's going to give our final dish a nice little crunch. And then when we come to finish it off, I'm going to finish it off with some lovely Yorkshire rapeseed oil. So everything about this is Yorkshire, it's seasonal, it's from my local suppliers. Can't get better than this dish, I don't think. So the first thing I'm going to do is just turn my pan on. And I'm going to put about three tablespoons of, this is just vegetable oil. You can use vegetable oil or sunflower oil or a rapeseed oil. Don't use anything like olive oil because you want to get this quite hot. If you use olive oil, it has a lower flash point so it can burn quite easily. So basically this is going to be for our asparagus. We're going to get that nice and hot. So this already, you can see this is different. A lot of people would have a pan of boiling water and dip their asparagus into boiling water. For me, having experienced it, I think that's just the perfect way of wasting beautiful flavour. With the asparagus, you can maybe see as well, what I've done is I've taken off the excess leaves and then taken the end bit off. You can usually find like a snap in it, and then I've just peeled the last couple of centimetres. You don't have to do that, you can just snap the end off and leave it as it is. That's just a very, very chefy way of doing it. If you do take the end bits off, you can turn those into a soup, or you could chop them up a little bit and put them into something like a risotto or a salad. So as well as the oil for the asparagus, I've got some salt here and I've got some water in a jug. So we are going to add water to it, but we're not going to put it into boiling water. You'll see in a second what I mean. So I want to get that nice and hot. What we're going to do, now that's nice and hot, all the asparagus, we're going to pop it in. So you can hear that it's really hot, sizzling away. Just roll that around for about 10-15 seconds in the hot oil. What that does is kind of glaze the outside and gives it a really lovely colour, and it sets the colour in. Now I'm just going to add a splash of water, and that wasn't even enough water to cover it, that was just enough just to kind of create some steam. And that's essentially it. Hot oil, asparagus, once it's in there and coated in oil, get some water in, boil it for 2 or 3 minutes. The water's going to reduce down and you're going to be left with a really nice kind of glazed asparagus. So in the meantime, whilst that's in there, it's only going to take a couple of minutes. I'm just going to get my egg in the pan. So now our egg started to cook around the outside, started to bind a little bit. Just going to add some butter. As a very famous chef I once worked, he always used to say it's always better with a bit of butter. And I for one can't disagree. So I'm just going to season that egg up. Nice twist of salt, twist of pepper there. And then you can see the butter starting to foam up. Shake that around. So our asparagus is ready. Just going to pop that back into the tray. And then the liquid as well, I'm just going to pour that out. Switch on. So you can see how little liquid is actually left there. It's very little, but you can see the vibrant colour of the asparagus. We haven't lost any of the nutrients or goodness or flavour. Everything is still in there, where had we put that into a pan of boiling water, all the flavour, all the goodness is just boiling out. So our egg's looking good. I'm just going to take a spoon, I'm just going to bake the egg with some of the butter. That's our lovely French fried free range egg. Now I'm just going to pop the butter back onto the heat. Just going to turn that up slightly. I want the butter to start caramelising and turning slightly brown. So you'll see it starting to form up again. And you can even smell the change as well. You can smell it starting to get like, you get like a toffee smell almost as it caramelises. I'm just going to add my breadcrumbs into there. So they're sourdough breadcrumbs. And as you can see, it's forming up nicely there. And we're just going to shake those around until they go nice and golden. So to plate this up, I'm just going to take some of our beautiful asparagus. And then as quickly as that, our breadcrumbs have toasted. If you don't have breadcrumbs or you can't get breadcrumbs, you could easily just make some croutons and do croutons instead. So they're a lovely kind of nutty caramelized flavour. And then our hollandaise sauce that we made a little earlier. Nice big dollop of hollandaise. And then, as I say, this beautiful Yorkshire rapeseed oil. Locally produced, locally sourced. Finishes the dish off. And for me, that is worthy of any fantastic restaurant, any household. And you got yourself a beautiful, local, tasty dish. Thank you very much for watching this episode, guys. Look forward to seeing you all next time. Enjoy and happy cooking.